I want to share with you the story of one of the most iconic images ever taken by a human being. So on December 1968, NASA launched Apollo 8 to the moon. 3 astronauts were there: Captain Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and the rookie Bill Andrus. They had a very intense and risky mission. They were actually the first human being to orbit the moon, and that was, of course, a part of the preparation to land on the moon. They were actually launched 3 months earlier than what was planned, so they had less time to train and to prepare for that mission, and the mission itself was very, very intense. Actually, at a certain point, Frank Borman, the captain, testified that he was listening to his colleagues talking nonsense and start making mistakes, and he realized they haven't slept for 3 days. So he deleted the whole protocol, the whole mission for the next 2-3 hours, said, now you go to sleep by order. Very smart decision. And so they did. And after they woke up, they would keep taking hundreds of photos of the moon surface, images that nobody ever seen before, as a preparation to find a location for landing on the moon. And then, as we say, out of the blue, actually out of the darkness, they saw something none of them expected, something that caught them by surprise. All of a sudden, in the vast darkness, they saw this beautiful blue planet. And as the rookie Bill Andrus, like a kid, he was saying, "Oh my God, look at that picture over there. Here is the Earth coming up. Wow, is that pretty?" So they took few black and white images, then they turned into a color film, took few images, and that became the iconic Earthrise image, later described as the most influential environment photo ever taken by a human being. And the interesting thing about this iconic image is that it was not planned, and they didn't even expect to see that. And you're wondering, how is that possible? But when you read the transcript of the journey, and when you listen to the interviews with him, you understand that they all say, we were trained, we were focused to go from Earth to the moon. All our intention was to do the mission, to take those hundreds of photos, to find the location for landing. We never thought about looking back from the moon, or where we were, towards Earth. And this, I think, bring a very meaningful lesson to the whole thing, that sometimes when you very focus on going to one direction and you have one thing in mind, something very beautiful and meaningful is actually laying on the opposite direction. The other little anecdote from that iconic image is, for decades, 2 decades or 3 decades, Frank Borman got the credit of taking that iconic image. But the rookie Bill Andrus was like, I remember it was actually me who took it. And it took years until, and in all the Life magazine and all the, Frank Borman was the one who took that image. And it was only years later when NASA revealed the voice recording tapes that it can clearly be heard that actually Bill Andrus was the one who took those iconic images. So maybe the other lesson is that if you really want to get a credit for what you're doing, a voice recording tape is not such a bad idea to have. Adios. See you next week.
If you like what you see, please click on the left to subscribe. And if you feel you have chutzpah, check out some more Joe Mogul videos below.